read it, blah, blah, blah. And here we go, yeah?
Yes.
It's a story called The Cheater's Guide to Love. It's actually a novella. No, it's true. It's the word count. No, you're not going to follow along. Listen. It's going to be the first page of the story. You can do whatever you want. Just read it. All right, guys, here we go. Year 0, The Cheater's Guide to Love. All right? Year 0. Your girl catches you cheating. Well, actually, she's your fiance. But in a bit, it so won't matter. She could have caught you with 1 sucia. She could have caught you with 2. But as you're a totally batshit güero who didn't ever empty his email trash can, she caught you with 50. Sure, over a 6-year period, but still, 50 fucking girls? God damn. Maybe if you had been engaged to a super open-minded Blanquita, you could have survived it. But you are not engaged to a super open-minded Blanquita. Your girl is a badass from Salcedo who does not believe in open ending. In fact, the one thing that she warned you about, that she swore that she would never forgive, was cheating. I'll put a machete in you, she promised. And of course, you swore you wouldn't do it. You swore you wouldn't do it. You swore you wouldn't. And you did. She'll stick around for a few months because you dated for a long, long time. Because you went through much together. Her father's death, your tenure madness, her bar exam, and because love, real love, is not so easily shed. Over a tortured 6-month period, you will fly to the DR, to Mexico, to New Zealand. You will walk the beach where they filmed The Piano, something she always wanted to do, and now in penitent desperation, you give it to her. She is immensely sad on that beach and walks up and down the shining sand alone, bare feet in freezing water, and when you try to hug her, she says, don't. She stares at the rocks jutting out of the water, the wind taking her hair straight back. On the ride to the hotel, up through those wild steeps, you pick up a pair of hitchhikers, a couple so mixed it is ridiculous, and so giddy with love, you almost throw them out of the car. She says nothing. Later in the hotel, she will cry. You try every trick in the book to keep her. You write her letters. You drive her to work. You quote Neruda. You compose a mass email disowning all your sucias. You block their emails. You change your phone number. You stop drinking. You stop smoking. You claim you're a sex addict. You start attending meetings. You blame your father. You blame your mother. You blame the patriarchy. You blame Santo Domingo. You find a therapist. You cancel your Facebook. You give her all your passwords. You start taking salsa classes like you always swore you would. You claim that you were sick. You claim that you were weak. It was the book. It was the pressure. And every hour like clockwork, you say that you are so sorry. You try it all, but one day she will simply sit up in bed and say, no more. Jack. And you will have to move from the apartment, the Harlem apartment that the two of you shared. You consider not going. You consider a squat protest. In fact, you say you won't go. but in the end, you do. For a while, you haunt the city like a too-big ball player dreaming of a call-up. You phone her every day and leave messages which she does not answer. You write her long, sensitive letters which she returns unopened. You even show up at her apartment at odd hours and at her job downtown until finally her little sister calls you, the one who is always on your side, and she makes it plain. If you try to contact my sister again, she's going to put a restraining order on you. For some Negroes, that would mean shit. But you ain't that kind of a Negro. You stop. You move back to Boston. You never see her again. Hold on, rest of it. No, I'm saying like how many minutes are left. No. But I'm already like on the last minute, so we're fucking good. Thank you. Here we go. For a second. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, so this dude, blah, 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 loses his fiance. A couple months later, he's trying to recover from the breakup. He's one of these dudes who, you know, every now and then, a dude messes up a relationship real bad, you break up with them, and suddenly they want to get back at you. Suddenly they're like, I'm going to fix everything, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, fuck you. Yeah, that's happened to me. And of course, this time it actually really hurts him. So we're a couple months into it, and this is where we'll leave him. He meets a new girl at a club. Yeah. Her name is Noemi. We'll start here. She smiles often, and whenever she's nervous, Noemi says, "Tell me something." Her minuses: she's always working, and she has a 4-year-old named Justin. She shows you pictures. The kid looks like he'll be dropping an album soon if she's not careful. She had him with a Marlejo who had 4 kids with 4 other women. And you thought this guy was a good idea for what reason, you ask? I was stupid, she admits. Where did you meet him, you ask? And she says, the same place I met you. Normally, this would be a no-go, but Noemi is not only kind of nice, she's also kind of fly. Sunday is her one day off. The 5 baby father watches Justin that day, or better said, he and his new girlfriend watch Justin that day, and you and Noemi fall into a little pattern. On Saturdays, you take her out to dinner. She doesn't eat anything remotely adventurous, so it's always Italian, and then she stays the night. How sweet was that dog Elvis asked after your first sleepover? Not sweet at all, because Noemi does not give any to you. 3 Saturdays in a row she sleeps over, and 3 Saturdays in a row, now. A little kissing, a little feeling up, but nothing beyond that. She brings her own pillow and one of those expensive foam ones, and her own toothbrush, and she takes it all with her on Sunday morning when she leaves. Kisses you at the door, and as she leaves, it all feels too chaste, too lacking in promise. You know that you should be patient. You know that she's just probably testing your ass. But it galls you. Are we going to see each other, she asks, on week 4, and you almost say yes. But then your idiocy gets the best of you. It depends, you say. On what? She's instantly on guard, and that adds to your irritation. on whether you're planning to give me any ass anytime soon. Oh, classiness. You know, as soon as you say it, that you have just buried yourself. Noemi is silent, and then she says, let me get off this phone before I say something you won't like. This is your last chance, but instead of begging for mercy, you bark, fine. Within an hour, she has deleted you from Facebook. You send out one exploratory text message, but she never answers it. Years later, you will see her on Dudley Square, but she will pretend not to recognize you, and you will force the issue. Nicely done, your boy Elvis says. Bra fucking bro. We'll leave it there. Thank you.